What's up? What's up, RossonARI? How's it going? So, first game of the season. How's everyone? How's the chat over there? 9 people watching, 13. Uh, Everyone is talking about Krunic already. First comment. Krunic 200 million. Let's see. So, what's up? How was the game, guys? Write some comments here. You're here for the first game of the season to do some post-match analysis. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't watch the beginning of the game. I was a bit busy, and I missed the Brahim Diaz goal. I watched the replay after. So I don't know what to say about the beginning of the game, but I watched the second half and part of the first. And yeah, it's not incredible, I will say. I'm not excited. It's a good game, but we didn't play in the way we used to play the first half of the previous season. So we're not brilliant enough, I would say, in the pitch. But yeah, we got the 3 points. Sampdoria Milan 0-1. Let me know in the chat what's going on here. Actually, let me put the link on the chat if anyone wants to join and have a nice chat about it and talk a bit. You can join the live and let me know what you think about the game. But let's start a bit for let's see what's going on here. So lineups. So first of all, what do you guys think about the starting 11? Anyone was kind of upset about Krunic starting and not Benacer? What is the thing? What is the vibe? I saw on Twitter people were a bit upset about Krunic starting instead of Benacer. I was quite surprised because I thought Benacer was in a good shape to start the game, but watching the game, clearly he wasn't ready because the level was quite high, especially the intensity and the physicality of the game was quite high. So I think it was a great idea not to put how you say Ismail Benacer from the beginning, but it was a tough game, man. I think Sampdoria is gonna be one of the teams that is not gonna relegate for sure. They're gonna safely stay in Serie A. They have a good team, quality there, experience. I think Abiodini had a bad injury. But let's talk about AC Milan. So where are we gonna start, guys? What is any question? Let me see some comments here. What's going on? Still a bit of man of the match, Krunic. So for what I saw, I don't think Krunic played really bad, considering the potential the player has. So I wouldn't complain about Krunic. At the end, we got the result. The player, Krunic did his job. We know his quality. We know what he gives to the team. So we cannot pretend more than this, from him. So let me see what's gonna attack. Sorry, needs up. I would say this: we are playing bad in an offensive side because. What's up, Skrillard? How's it going, man?
How you doing, Lyot?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was explaining the fact that we're not brilliant in the attacking side because Kessie and Benacer is a vital part of this team. We cannot do an entire season without them. We can play 3-4 games without them and still play ugly and find the result, but we're not going to be able to get anything out of this season without Benacer and Kessie. Teo was bad. What do you think, man? Tell me a bit. What do you think about the game? What do you think about this first game?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's games like this that I think it's important to prove that without our first choice midfield pairing, we can still win the game. Even though
Yeah.
it's also a game whereby Theo didn't perform well, we still won it, even though it's by a slim margin of just one goal. And it's games like this that we know that we don't have our best 11, and we can still win it. So that's an important fact. What I did like is that even though we didn't score in the second half, is that midfield wise we seem to be better. I was just a bit surprised that Balotore didn't come on for Theo. I just thought Theo's performance wasn't getting any better over time, so a change should have been made.
What's up, Red John? Thank you for joining us. So
Sorry, John.
at the moment, I just want to tell the chat that we are 3 at the moment. I think I'm going to accept another one, but no more than 4, because I think it becomes a big confusion. So it's easier and nicer when we are just 4 people. And it's going to be a quick post-match. I think 1 hour, no more than 1 hour and 15 minutes. So, Red John, what do you think about the game? Good point about Theo, by the way. We're going to talk about that in a bit.
Important is getting the 3 points. I don't think we did, like, the second half wasn't that good. In the first half, especially in the first 20 minutes, we were dominating, which was pretty good. I mean, I'm super surprised with Magnan. Like, is he Pirlo or what, man? What are those balls? Like, holy shit. Like,
he's a modern goalkeeper.
That was amazing. Like, the first ball that he got to Leao, that he almost scored, that's something you expect you wish to see from Tonali. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. He's trying more difficult passes than our midfielders, Krunic and Tonali. Exactly. I saw even in the second half, he did a pass to Brahim Diaz. Yeah. I remember Krunic passed it to him, and he gave it to Brahim Diaz, which is crazy. Krunic should be doing that pass. He's the midfielder. But we know the quality of Krunic. I'm not expecting that from Krunic.
Exactly. So, even the goal we scored, right, came from Magnan to Calabria, and then Calabria got the ball and passed it to Diaz, right? I don't know,
man. And
I'm impressed with Magnan. Really, really good.
Just to have a laugh a bit. I have that bet with my brother, who is gonna score more goals and does more assists. And he started pretty well with Hakan, goal and assist. that was a great day for Hakan. But Diaz, my horse, is running pretty well, man. He scores a goal, and he's still physically not ready to play 90 minutes, which is a bit sad. But I think it's part of his body. I think it's that type of body type that it takes a few games to match fit, to get a match fit. Because we need to remember that Brahim Diaz he didn't play a lot of professional games, real professional with grown-ups. He played, I think, 30 games with us.
Yeah, I think he played like 2 or 3. I'm not sure. 3 or 4 games at Real. None at City, and then with us, basically.
Yeah, he basically had the first proper season with grown-ups in a proper, professional series, Serie A. That was the first year. So it takes 100 games to be properly fit to handle 90 minutes constantly. But the guy has quality, and he needs some quality around him, because I can see it. He's alone in the middle of the park. He doesn't know who to give them. I like Giroud. Giroud is good. Still, I didn't like Leao. Quite inconsistent decision making. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. So you never know what he's gonna do with that guy. Sometimes he's brilliant. Sometimes he just does something useless.
But not lazy. I think that's the one thing that take away is that he didn't look lazy.
Exactly. Because sometimes.
Go for it.
Because sometimes when Leao is frustrating to watch, okay? But these last games, even in the preseason, he didn't look lazy. He went, tracked back, tried to run. Like, he didn't smile while running, because that's super frustrating to watch, man.
I think his body language sometimes mislead people. He looks lazy because his body language is a bit like slow, and because if he's tracking back sometimes slowly because he's tired, not because he doesn't want to. Sometimes when you do a 30-meter sprint, it's really hard to track back with the same speed. And he's not that type of player that actually can go up and down on the wing. He's a creative wing, not a proper wing. So I'm not expecting him to track back, but I'm expecting him decision making on the last 30 meter. 70-80% of the time has to be spot on, has to be always making the right decision. And sometimes I were upset when they were giving the ball to Giroud. He wasn't making that run behind Giroud, so Giroud can actually put it a bit on the back with his head and put it on to score. But yeah, Giroud was good. I think Giroud is gonna have a great season. Now let's start from Magnan. Great goalkeeper. I love him. I think as a goalkeeper, he's never going to be better than Donnarumma, but he's still top class. Feet-wise, tactical, technical, the way he moves and helps the defenders on the build-up, I think he's the best in Serie A. There's no one better than him in Serie A, for sure. I don't know other leagues, but Serie A is the best. That's my opinion.
With his feet, if he's like this every game, man, we got a Pirlo in the goal. Like,
yeah.
Perfect.
What's up, man? Saif?
He even did like some cup. Oops.
Doing good.
Yeah, go for it.
He even did like some nice saves, right? Like.
Oh yeah,
He's a goalkeeper that gives me the confidence of having a good goalkeeper.
And I like the fact that he's smart on the way that it looks like he's been playing in Serie A for all his career. He was wasting time, getting those cheeky fouls and helping the team to breathe. So it's been like he knows what the Serie A means, and when the team is struggling, to waste some time and help the team to breathe. Oh, Rohit is here. How many we have at the moment? 1 second. Oh, Saif left. I don't know what happened. It's Rohit. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the win. I think we could have done better, but it's great seeing a solid defensive performance.
I just want to say one thing for Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing about Magnan, and I think what's important to point out, and one of the things that Gigio got criticized last season was that he kept punching the ball out, and the concern was always that he would punch the ball out to maybe an incoming player. Magnan seems to be a bit more steady with his hands. That's something that I like, and he doesn't seem to be too rash in just wanting to punch that ball out to wherever the hell it's going.
Yeah, no, we've been lucky. Let's be honest. They put some pressure on us, and Sampdoria is a good team. They were not brilliant enough to punish us today because we gave them some space, and our midfield today is not 100% solid to actually give you that guarantee. But because we are not physically 100% still, I want to ask you a question, guys. What do you think about our physical condition? Because I saw a few games this first weekend of the Serie A, and I saw some teams being really fresh, running and not laggy at all, good pace, finishing the 90 minutes without struggle at all. Now, is it because we had a different preseason, we pushed a bit more so we can last longer, or we are not still good enough physically to start quick? Because we had a quick start the previous season, but this season I feel like the team is slower. Do you think it's a strategy to last longer next season?
I think it's also good. Oops. Continue.
Yeah, I think that like after 60 minutes, both the teams kind of tailed off, and they were actually the intensity of the game reduced. That's actually very normal for all of the first round of games. I mean, eventually you actually build up your stamina only by playing the full season, and preseason's actually not always the kind of ideal build up, because as much as you want to build up your fitness, it's also about not getting a grave injury, and so I think I mean, after 60 minutes, both of the teams kind of tailed off, and we were more like focusing on defending our lead and like maybe scoring through a counter attack than rather than being proactive and searching for a goal.
No, but I understand if every other team had the same situation we had, But the other team, I saw them pretty fresh. Even Sampdoria was fresher than us. So I think there is a strategy here from the management and the coach to actually build up a bit of condition now, so you can last longer and have a great end of the season. So I think we're gonna be better on the second half of this area. We're gonna be more quicker than the other teams, which we didn't have that in the previous season. Red John, you want to say something
No,
about
like
this?
just to add to what you said, like normally Pioli's teams have always been like that, like fast pace in the beginning of the season, and then they slow down as the season progresses. So maybe
Yeah.
this is a strategy that they are following right now. They are trying to build it up with games so that it reaches a high point maybe in the second part of the season, while being also at the top in the first part of the season. So maybe they are doing it that way.
Oh, Red Devil Studio is here, man. Love you, man. Sorry for Manchester United having a draw against Southampton. That was quite unexpected, but it's really tough, man. That this season, this football season, man, is gonna be amazing in every league, I think, apart from the German league. But even the German league, probably, because Bayern is not so unbeatable like the previous years. So it's gonna be amazing to watch any league this season. It's gonna be fun, and the Premier League is wide open. Serie A looks wide open. I know Inter played really well, but that Genova, man, that Genova was a joke. Was a joke of a team. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't want to talk about that. This is a post-match analysis for Sampdoria, Milan, but we're gonna talk about that one day. And yeah, somebody there was a comment saying that we had to face
But
one of the
it's not
toughest
true
teams.
because Roma faced the most difficult team.
You think?
Yeah, and Fiorentina played an awesome game, especially when they were one man down. I think they dominated Roma, especially when they had 10 men. But then it's just that Roma has some more quality players. That's why they won. And also VAR, they got lucky with the VAR as well.
I think on paper, I think Sampdoria were tougher, but I think Red John is right there. I think Fiorentina is a much better side than Sampdoria because I mean even Sampdoria did not actually even have a proper substitute player to like bring on in the like last minutes to try and take a goal. I mean they don't even have a proper striker as a backup.
And to add to this,
yeah.
it's Italiano. I've started to love the coach because, man, you can see there's a different Fiorentina. Even though they lost, I'd say 60% of the match they dominated Roma, even though they lost 3-0 with beautiful football, high press. So
Basically, actually, Italiano destroyed us that 2-0 win by Spezia. He actually destroyed us through a high press.
they look like prime Barcelona, man. We couldn't get the ball away from them.
Yeah, I mean, with the small Spezia side, I think what he achieved was actually a great thing. So I hope maybe like what De Zerbi did, Italiano is also the next big thing for Italian football.
Skrillard, you want to add anything about this? Because I have my opinion about this.
Yeah, sorry, it's not about the Fiorentina. I just want to speak about the Sampdoria game, our game essentially.
No, you want to say something about Sampdoria? Do you think it's a tough team tougher than the other teams, the other 7 big clubs?
Yes, the way we played, and what I really wanted to highlight, other than the fact that we're continuing our good away form, which is of course the plus, and keeping the clean sheet, is also the fact is that what I do want to see from the Milan this coming season is that I don't want us to be harping on the penalties. You know, there's something that I really liked about this game. Our goals were more directed towards open play. We had good chances, and it seemed like clear-cut chances. In some of the previous games last season, I know maybe this is slightly controversial, guys, but it may seem that we were a bit looking for a penalty, you know, if we could say that. So this is what I like a bit more, is that it was clean. Even though you could say that penalties, you know, it's not given. We were in the box and all that, but these sort of games, I like it a bit more.
I wanna say something, and I wanna answer after to Red Devil Studio about Giroud. I want to say something. I agree with you guys about Fiorentina. On the long run, Fiorentina is going to be a tougher team to beat because I think they have more quality, better coach, and it's clearly is a better team than Sampdoria. But right now, this week, Sampdoria it's a better team than Fiorentina for the simple reason they didn't have a lot of changes. They kept the same team, same quality, same group, similar. So they already know what they wanted to do, and they knew they were playing against a team like AC Milan where they were looking to get 1 point, So they wanted to play solid, fight every ball, and make sure we didn't get chances to score. So that's why I think, and they were running and fighting and fall and aggression was higher. So that's why I think it was a difficult game than actually Roma against Fiorentina, because Fiorentina is going to play football against you. So you're going to have the space, you're going to have the opportunity to score. But on the other side, you're going to risk it more on the defense. So I think it was a difficult tactical game for AC Milan. I don't know if it was the most difficult one, because, for example, I didn't see Juventus against Udinese, and I didn't see Lazio. But I think it was a great test. It was a great test. It's not an easy win no one is going to get an easy win against Sampdoria this season. About Giroud, I think as a Red Devil Studio, Mr. G said, Giroud is a quality player and the Serie A is the right league for him. I hope he moved in Serie A like 10 years ago when he was young and more and physically stronger, because he's clever. He's a target man. He wants the ball to score. He wants the chance, but he plays for the team as well. And sometimes he did some mistakes with some passes, but that's normal. It's the beginning of the season. He's not 100%. I'm really happy about Giroud. It's a great, alternative to Ibrahimovic. It's a different alternative to Ibrahimovic. And at the moment, he's our first striker. I think Ibra needs to get proper match fit, needs to slowly get into the team. So play maybe 20, 30 minutes, one game, and be our first. Until for the next month, if nothing happens, no injuries, I think Giroud is going to be our first choice. Let's talk about Theo Hernandez, guys. What do you guys think about Theo Hernandez? Because I see a lot of people complaining about him.
He was mentally in Ibiza still. Horrendous. He could have costed us 2 points today.
Like the other time against Sampdoria.
Yeah, exactly. Like horrendous, and I'm not even talking specifically about that chance, but he missed so many balls when he was trying to counterattack, trying to delay the game. Like, dude, run and pass. Stop trying to dribble pass people when you lose the ball, and then we suffered counterattacks time after time after time. The same thing, especially when he was with Leao on the side, because Leao does not track back as much as Rebic, for example, does.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a poor performance. Like, not poor performance overall. It was a poor performance relatively to what Theo Hernandez can do, the potential the guy has. What do you think, Rohit? You want to go? Let me know. What do you think about?
Yeah,
Theo
I mean,
performance?
in the last few games, even in the previous season, in the last 10 games, and today, it's like Theo Hernandez is neutralized by two people doubling down on him. So what he does is he kind of tends to uh, go around these two players instead of making that safe pass, and he loses the ball. So I saw this many times him doing. I've even highlighted it at many times that he does not. I mean, he does not pass. He tries to dribble. He tries to be a Maradona and stuff like that. It kind of irritates me when players kind of try and be a Maradona thing, because you're not Maradona. I mean, Theo Hernandez has some wild pace and a lot of physicality, but in terms of dribbling, his technique is not actually as great as some of the most elite players have. So that is one thing I found. I found like bad about Theo. The other thing is that he was quite absent in the match. Usually, all of our matches have a lot of influence of Theo Hernandez in some way or the other. But this match he was actually quite absent, and I was wondering if he actually remembered that this is actually a Serie A game and not a preseason game. His concentration levels were bad, and he was actually getting doubled down by Candreva and Berzinski, and they were actually doing easy 2v1s against him and crossing the ball. And I think there was one dangerous chance also that was created from the right, from Sampdoria's right side and our left side. I mean, overall, a very poor performance. I hope that he picks up in the next 2 to 3 games.
Yeah, no, totally true. Skrilla, I think you said something about Fernandes. You want to add anything else? Because we kind of all agree about this.
Yeah, I just want to say.
Yeah.
I just want to say, in terms of Theo, our image of Theo has only been based on his, well, for me personally, has been mainly based on his attacking contribution towards the team. So in a game like this, whereby no one is playing him into clear or good attacking situations, and he himself is not making those runs all the way into the box, then he's just a defender in that sense. And this is where the judgment comes harsh, whereby he's just been exposed, you could say. And this could be, maybe not say this could be, but this is probably the biggest reason why he's not in the French national team. You cannot have that sort of performance and expect to play on the national level, because if you're up against Chiesa, who's coming down your right, and then I don't want to say lazy, but he seems to be a bit disinterested, then essentially you're leaving the door open for people to take shots at goal. Or even in the case of what happened, he can't keep up with the player. He thinks that he's trying to claim for a foul. Ref is not giving it, and he's creating a problem for the entire team. That could have been a goal conceded just due to his mistakes. And we've seen this before in the case last season. A terrible pass back to Gigio last season, and it cost us 2 points.
Yeah, Theo Hernandez has a problem with decision making. Sometimes he really makes the wrong decision, and it's so obvious. I don't know what happened in his head. And sometimes he just underestimate the situation. So his lack of concentration. He's not 100% concentrated during the game, which is normal because with the physicality he has, he's so powerful, so fast. He's always thinking, okay, I can run and fix my mistake. But it doesn't work like this in Serie A. You need to be 100% concentrated because teams are prepared. They study you. They know you. They find your weakness and they try to get the most out of that. So you never know. So Theo Hernandez, I agree with you guys. If PSG offers 70 million, we should sell him. And I said that before. I said that when Theo Hernandez was actually performing pretty well. Because at the end of the thing, with 70 million, you can buy a great striker and a great right wing or another great midfielder. And play with Ballo Touré on the left or with a normal left back, and have a great team, still have an amazing team, you know what I mean? But I don't want to sell him. I think people are underestimate Serie A in this case. They think because Theo Hernandez had an amazing 2019, had an incredible 2020, his 2021 is not bad. It's just the previous year he was so good. He was insanely good. He was scoring 7-8 goals from any position. He was doing assists. He was dragging our team to win games or to perform. So he was doing even more than actually he should have done. Now he's playing, in my opinion, normally. It's in his mind, he wants to stay at that level, and he needs to understand that you cannot do that. It's basically impossible. You need some games, like Sampdoria game, to just do your part. Just be precise in defense, concentrated, don't make mistakes, pass the ball to your teammates, show up when we attack, be defensively prepared, do your job, take the 3 points, and move on. But he wants to do more than actually Pioli's asking him. Pioli's asking him just to be normal sometimes. Just relax. You don't need to be the leader, the star of this team. You need to be a fullback, a proper fullback, like Calabria does for 90% of the times. So, and he needs to understand that. And this is going to be an important season for him because he's going to realize that Serie A is a tough league and he's not a superhero. And sometimes he needs just to do his job. Don't do 13 miles in 90 minutes. Just keep the position, pass the ball, and play football.
Also,
I just want to raise a sorry. Go ahead.
I would like to add also something that I think Serie A referees whistle all the time is Theo sometimes has trouble defending 1 versus 1, so he screams and lies on the ground, and then every single time the referee whistles and gives him a foul. I think that won't happen in the Champions League. I think the referees in the Champions League are a little bit different with this kind of stuff, and I don't think he will get those fouls. And even in this game, actually, even in this game, he had a 1 versus 1. He lost it, and then he rolled on the floor screaming, and the referee gave him the foul. If the referee wouldn't have given him the foul, they would probably have scored there, because it was 4 Sampdoria players versus 3 Milan players. So I think he needs to fix this as well. Maybe Pioli has to tell him, but I think he's kind of being miseducated or whatever, and he won't get the foul that he needs in the Champions League. That could cost us.
I don't think he's gonna play bad in Champions League because Champions League is such a big stage and people looking forward to show off and to give their best. My problem with Theo is not games, a Champions League game or against Inter or against Juventus. Of course, he did that mistake against Chiesa. It's not that. My problem is with Theo when you play against Sampdoria, when you play against Udinese, that he thinks because it's Sampdoria, because it's Udinese, I'm gonna run 50 meters with the ball in my feet and dribble past players. No, that's not football. You have to pass the ball. You have to pass to Rebic, go to the space. He's gonna pass it back to you, or he's gonna cross. Sometimes, I think in his position, 50% of the runs he does, he should be doing the runs just to drag the defenders out of position, so Rebic or Leao can have more space to actually dribble and go forward. But he always wants the ball. He always keeps the ball. Ballo Touré is gonna help Pioli to bring Theo Hernandez in the right mindset because he's gonna realize, okay, now I have competition. This guy actually does what Pioli is asking. He plays simples and he's gonna play a lot. So he's gonna help the development of Theo Hernandez. He needs now to calm down and get back to have a reality check, I would say. That's it for Theo Hernandez. I think he's gonna have still a good season. He's still a great player. He's all about his mind at the moment. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's. I want to about Krunic. I don't want to talk about Krunic because seriously, guys, he played at a game 6.5 as a vote. I would say 6.5. He didn't do incredible. He didn't do really bad. He didn't miss important balls. He didn't do it was normal. That's what Krunic is gonna do. You cannot ask more than that. So let's not talk about Krunic.
Well, he actually missed the sitter.
Nah, it's
okay.
It's not a sitter.
Since I'm on Krunic's case, probably the most. It's a game of two halves. Yeah, for Krunic. In the first half, I thought he was the Krunic as I know him. Second half is definitely a different Krunic. So if you're saying that he's the rating 6.5 out of 10, I would agree. But that is from two extremes, you would say, because in the second half he was not the same player.
No, it's as I said, it was a wrong. We bought him, and it was wrong. It's not good enough for AC Milan. But now we have to keep him and get the most out of him. And we have injuries. I don't think Pobega. I don't think Pioli trusts Pobega for the simple reason that Pioli does not have a history track on Pobega. I don't know if it's clear. He doesn't know Pobega pretty well. He knows what Krunic can give to him. And if he's looking from Krunic a performance 6 out of 10, he's going to put Krunic because he knows he's going to give that 6 out of 10. He doesn't know if Pobega is going to give a 6 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, or a 9 out of 10. So he doesn't want to reach that. So let's not talk about Krunic. We won. Every time we won with Krunic in the pitch, it's still a great result. It's an amazing result. Tomori and Kier, let's talk about them together, because I think them is still an up and down. Still, they're not totally 100% physically. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if I can go.
Sure,
Yeah, go for it.
So I still think that Kier and Tomori is still our best defensive pairing. Unfortunately, this comes at the expense of Romagnoli, of his game time. And also ultimately, which I think is even a bigger issue, is about Gabbia. Because these are all players that probably need game time. I'm not too disappointed that Romagnoli didn't get more game time, because he has not signed his renewal, so he's probably in here.
Yeah,
You could see also in his way a slap in the face that, if you don't sign it within a week, then why are you still in the team? Are you looking to players as well because of him sharing the same agent? So I'm not too concerned, but it's solid. And one thing that I do really like, what I had thought was a weakness that might have resurfaced in this game from last season, is that we were unable to defend against the cutback. So I saw Kia, he had better positional awareness to know that when the cutback was coming, that he's able to clear it. So this is one thing that I really like.
You go, Red John. Sorry, you wanted to say something.
Nothing. I think both of them were solid. Tomori, I'm in love with Tomori. I just love the player. I think 28 millions was a good deal for us. And together with Kier, they are just a good defensive duo. I didn't see any mistakes today, to be honest.
No, they didn't have a big mistakes. I saw sometimes they were a bit clumsy, I would say, a bit. I didn't see them sharp enough, what I've seen from them at the end of the season or during the previous season. But that is something they are working on. And again, no one was 100% sharp during the game. So it's understandable. And I like the fact that they put everything, they are concentrated, and they're going to be amazing. As I said, we concede 41 goals previous season. The goal for this season is to get 35 goals. So to do at least to concede 6 goals less. We concede 2 goals against Parma the previous season. We shouldn't concede. We lost against Inter 3-0. We should have lost 1-0 against Inter. We conceded a goal against Sampdoria that we gave them the ball. So that's the 5th goal. And another goal I didn't accept is the 3rd goal against Juventus. We had to lose 2-1 against Juventus. So we need to put in our mind as a team that it's fine to lose 2-1. We shouldn't lose our balance, lose our unity just because you want to get a tie. We need to be always solid. Even when we're losing, we need to be a unit, compact, to defend and attack, organized, always organized. Because you lose 2-1, that is fine. You cannot lose 3-0 against Inter. You lose 1-0 against Inter. You give them a tough game to play. You sometimes play even for a draw, for a tie against Inter if you're losing. You don't go all in to try to do a 1-1 and you get a 2nd on counter and you get a 3rd on counter. You need to be always solid. And I see this team is going to be like this season. So we're going to concede less goal, hopefully. Calabria is not the same Calabria we had the previous season. But again, I think it's a physical matter. It's not because it's not good enough or it's mentally not ready for this season. Now, let's go to the midfield. Anyone wants to add anything about Calabria?
I think he was one of the best in the team, to be honest. I think he did a couple of mistakes, but he has basically done the whole right part alone this time around, because I don't know if you noticed, but some makers would play more in the center this time around, not on the wing as he has usually done.
Yeah, because as I say, we're gonna play a 4-2-3-1. I know a lot of people are saying 4-4-2, but our wings, they go in the middle, they move, they intersect. There is a big mix in there. So, but yeah, that's true. Calabria was one of the best. what my analysis were more like compared to the previous season, what we left in the
Sure.
previous.
I think every player we saw today was not at the same level we saw by the end of last season.
Yeah. There's still time. There is a lot to work on. Tonali, what do you guys think about Tonali?
Yeah, Tonali had a. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, Tonali, I think similar to Krunic, a game of two halves for him. First half of the game, I thought he was not as involved as Krunic even, but when it came to the second half, he really shone, and I liked the fact that he became more daring in the second half. He was willing to make those runs. I don't know why he didn't try that in the first half. Maybe it's because the opposition or Sampdoria maybe were running out of steam a little bit, so he did see a bit more space to make those runs. But it's something that I think we're seeing more and more of the potential behind him, and I really want to see the day where we try him as a number 10 even. I think he's there, and one of the other things that I really like him in terms of his attitude and with his relationship with other team. Do you remember on the left corner towards the end of the game? It was him and Benacer. I think Benacer was telling him that he wanted to take the corner, and Tonali did say, no, it's my corner, I'll take it. So he's really trying to impose himself, and that will only make him improve as a player.
Yeah. What about you, Red John?
I think I agree with most of what Skillard said. To be honest, in the first half, I thought Krunic was better than Tonali. He didn't do that good, but then in the second half, Tonali was superb. I'm not quite sure yet what kind of a player Tonali is, though, because I think most of the fans saw him from the way he has his hair, and they actually thought that he was Pirlo kind of player, like a regista. But I don't think he's a Pirlo kind of player. I think he's more of a CDM, like a Gattuso kind of player. So you shouldn't really expect from him to do you the super Pirlo-esque kind of balls for the striker, but more of for him to collect balls and just do the simple pass as he has been done. Either that or he is just scared to do more risky passes.
Yeah, that's the word. He's really scared. About potential, about quality and what he's capable of doing, I don't have any doubt about him. He is an amazing player. And I don't think he's the type of Pirlo player at all. He doesn't have the long pass of Pirlo. He doesn't have the tempo of Pirlo. Even the way he runs, he doesn't run like Pirlo. Pirlo was running constantly, slowly but constantly going around the pitch and doing small passes, always building up around the pitch with everyone in the with the fullback on the right, fullback on the left, with Gattuso, with Seedorf going with the striker, with Kaká. He was always moving around slowly. Like it wasn't, his athleticism wasn't incredible, but he was a better version than Jorginho, for example, if you see Jorginho with Chelsea, which is an amazing player anyway. Tonali, he has a lot of energy. I think he has a lot of power that he's still not showing because he's scared. I feel like he feels, for him, playing for AC Milan is a big deal. I can see it. And he's scared. He's scared to do the risky passes. He's scared to unleash his creativity, his energy. And you can see that in the second half, minute 52, he misses that easy ball that you can go and score the second goal. Remember that pass? He missed it completely on the right.
To Rebic, right?
To Selemacher, I think, or Calabria. In the second half, you remember that we came out from the defense and we went and on the right.
Ah, yeah, I know. It was a super easy pass. He fucked it up. Yeah.
Exactly, he completely fucked.
Yeah.
Exactly. That means he's not calm. He clearly is scared. He's really scared. Because that was such a simple pass. You give it on to Selemacher or Calabria wasn't there, and they're gonna shoot or cross for Giroud that he's gonna score, or it's gonna be anyway an incredible chance. He completely missed the pass. And I remember the commentator, the English commentator, was shocked about that pass because no one is expecting for a professional player to get it so wrong. You can get that pass too long, too short, but he got it completely wrong. So clearly, his state of mind is not the right one at the moment. He's scared. But some moments of the game, he was fighting, brave enough to go through and run forward and help the strikers and the right wing. So that is the real Tonali, but he's still lacking of being consistent and showing off. And being cocky enough to say, you know what, I'm a midfielder for AC Milan. Give me the fucking ball. I'm gonna control the game. I'm gonna go and score. I'm gonna go and do the assist. He's still not that mindset.
State.
Yeah, mental state. Brahim Diaz is in that mental state already. He wants the ball. He thinks he's like fucking Kaká. He wants to resolve the game. He's not. But that is a good mindset. Yeah, he has a lot to improve. Definitely we need Kessie and Benacer. Hopefully next game Benacer is gonna start with Tonali for sure. It's gonna start for sure. I'm pretty sure about that. So let's go to the Diaz. Let's talk about Diaz. I didn't see the first 20 minutes of the game. I saw some replays. What do you guys think about Diaz?
The first 20 minutes of the game were the best minutes that Diaz actually played. I still think he's not ready to be our starter every game. I think he has good sprints and good segments of the game, but he's not inside the game all the time. This is the way I see it. Also, he does not really connect the midfield or the defense with the attacking part of the game. I don't know if you've noticed, but Diaz always starts from a more advanced position. At least in this game, it looked like that because we had Krunic and Tonali in midfield. Maybe it's going to be different when Kessie and Benacer are there. But he lacks that glue from the defense to the attacking part, which makes the whole play more fluid in itself.
Yeah, especially for this game, I agree with you, because when I saw after the half an hour and the second part, we were disjoined from the midfield to the attacking side. We were quite disjoined. So my question is it Diaz going to perform better with Kessie and Benacer? They are more physical, they are more reliable, they know how to hold the ball, you can actually build a game with them. So maybe Diaz is going to perform better and he's going to waste less energy and be more fresh to actually be more dangerous on the last 30 minutes. So that is a big question mark, because maybe Diaz can give more with a more reliable midfield, because Krunic doesn't run like Kessie. It's not even half of what Kessie does. And it's really hard to play with Krunic. As Çalhanoğlu said, it's easier to play with better players, around you. So, but yeah, that's another story. We're gonna talk about that. What do you think, Skillet, man?
For Diaz, I really like the way that in the beginning he imposed himself. I did see him a lot on the pitch, so he was clearly involved in the game. And one thing I really think he's improved even from this game, which I think he has solved the problem of last game, is no longer Paper Diaz. So he's found the spaces and he's managed to stay on his feet. Last season, I was so frustrated with him getting too close to players, little bit of contact, then going down and completely stopping the flow of the game. So based on what I saw today, much better. I think it can only improve from this point onwards. And a goal is definitely a positive. Once you start scoring, you're definitely getting to the form and the rhythm, and it'll definitely improve the players around him. Of course, when Kessie and Benacer are back on a regular basis, it helps the fact that he's only looking forward towards opposition goal rather than trying to look over his shoulder, making sure that no gaps behind him.
Some people are saying it reminds of Honda. I don't think so, man. I'm sorry, but Honda at his prime is what Diaz is in the beginning of his career, man, with 50 games on his legs. So imagine Brahim Diaz after 300 games, what type of player he is. He is already good at decision making, good at passing, dribbling. At the age of 21 with 50 games as a professional player. Imagine after 200 games what he can do. Brahim Diaz at the end of this season is going to be a player we don't even imagine what type of player he is. He is always improving. Every game he improves. He is quite He's reliable, and I think even as a person, he's a hard worker. He follows what the coach is asking. He's not lazy. He fights for the team. So I think he's going to be an amazing player at the end of the season. And I agree with Red John. We cannot rely just on him for a simple fact that he's in that age that he's developing. So his muscles, if he plays too much, can get injuries, and we can ruin him completely. He cannot play an entire season. He's still not ready. And when we say, because in that position you fight and you get constantly beaten by defenders, so you need to breathe. You need that week not to play or start from the bench. So we cannot totally rely on him. So I agree with that.
And not just that, but the alternative is Kronic right now. So
I feel the alternative is Rebic or two strikers. So a 4-4-2. That is our alternative. Yeah, I think that is our alternative. If Diaz is not playing, I think Rebic is going to be in that position, more like a second striker with Giroud. And if Rebic is playing, probably Leao is going to stay in the bench, and we're going to play with more defensive wingers. I would say Selemaker and Florenzi, or Selemaker or Florenzi on the right, and somebody else which is more defensive on the left.
Castilla.
Like Krunic or Casti. Now we're going to talk about Casti, because we are going to talk about Selemakers. How good was minute 70? Casti is not getting in, but Florenzi is coming in. That was like
Casti, he actually warmed up.
That was like no, it didn't warm up. But you see, we were used to that change.
It was a joy, bro.
It was like when your boss is saying, "Don't come to work tomorrow. Take a day off." Like, wow, that was amazing. You see Florenzi coming in the pit and not Casti. That is incredible. So we are improving, guys. And what do you think about Selemakers, by the way?
Should I go first? Or?
Yeah, go for it, Rajan.
I think he had a decent game, nothing special. He still, with Selemakers, we still lack that quality in the attacking department. Like every time Selemaker gets the ball on his feet, the play moves slower because he thinks a little bit more. He tries to do his little dribblings at the same place without actually going past someone. So he always kind of delays the overall flow of the game. So I think the quality is still lacking. He's a hard worker. He goes back and tracks back, defends the ball. Like he has a lot of good things, I guess, qualities, but he's not a right winger in itself. He's more of a more advanced right back. The way I see it.
Yeah, he's an offensive fullback, I would say.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Calabria and we will play him as an offensive fullback, that would be cool. It's not a bad option. But what I saw about Selemakers that impressed me, and I didn't see on the other players, his physical condition was ready to go. Was the only on the 11 players in the pitch, he was the only one that he was ready to go 100%. I don't know, maybe his body type is quite light, is quite sharp physically. He didn't play the Euros. I don't know, there's a lot of things. He had a proper rest, or he trained by himself before the preseason, so he came already well prepared. I don't know what is the reason. Or genetically he's like this. He's always fit. He's always in a good, good physical condition. But he was sharp. He was like ready. What do you think, Skrilla, about Selemakers?
I was a little bit disappointed. To me, a position like the one Selemakers was playing, it should give me the Chiesa type feeling. I know he's not Chiesa, but I want to have the moments whereby something's going to happen. And when I saw Selemakers with the ball, I got the feeling that, okay, it's either that something is going to go wrong in terms of the flow, or he's going to pass it back, or he's going to be pressured, and he's going to give away possession. This is what I don't like about what happened during the game, because him being the right wing, something needs to happen. You're either going to take a shot, or you're going to pass it, or you're going to build it up into a good shot on goal. But I just don't expect it from him, and that's what frustrates me a little. And in this type of season, whereby we're not going to be too concerned about trying to get as many penalties as we can, what's his contribution going to be like? Because if he just wants to cover and become like additional protection in front of Calabria, then I think there's other players, even Florenzi, can probably do it better. So definitely not a good game for Salmakers.
I think it was an okay game. It was a good game. What I like about Salamaker is that he's trying his best. He's not scared of trying a dribbling or trying a difficult pass. He tries. Clearly, he doesn't have the ability to succeed on that, but he tries. He's brave enough to go and give it a try. You know what I mean? He did I think it was him that did a nice cross to Giroud, but Giroud, yeah. See, that is a ball you're expecting from Tonali, for example, or from other quality players. But you see Salamaker stopping the ball and trying to cross. So what I like about him that he's not scared. I think he has the trust of the coach. Pioli really likes him, so he's confident and tries things. And I think he's gonna have a great season. I think he's gonna have more assists than the previous year, and more goals as well. I will say at least 3 goals this season, and at least 5 assists. He's gonna have that is gonna be his contribution this season. Let's talk about Florenzi. 10 minutes. He came in after Salamaker. I didn't recognize him in the pitch because it looks like any player. He can be any player. So that's the thing. Actually, when I saw Tonali going for a solo and passing the ball to Rebic through the end, I thought it was Florenzi because he has so much energy at that point. I was like, oh shit, Florenzi is looking good. And actually it was Tonali, and I was even more happy when I saw that. But yeah, I don't think he has enough time to actually show something, you know what I mean?
We never actually saw him with the ball on his feet, right? If I'm not mistaken. Also, in the last 10 minutes, more or less, we were parking the bus, more or less, trying to not concede goals. So yeah, I don't think we can really give an opinion about him after this game.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely not enough time to see what he's capable of. I know he's capable of great things, but in terms of what his role or what his contribution towards the team is, that is the one thing that I look forward to. But I just thought it was way too soon for him even to get minutes on the pitch. I mean, like, what are you expecting for the guy? You want him to score?
No.
I mean, it's like bringing someone who just had one training session with the team and you put him into a competitive match. Are you looking to embarrass him? What is the objective?
No, I think it's a good signal. It's a good signal.
He's looking to embarrass Casti.
Because see, you guys are fucking mean bitches. And when I say you, not you and Red John, I think all of the AC Milan support, because everyone is saying, oh, Pioli loves Casti. Pioli is, I don't know, doing something with Casti and shit like that. Pioli doesn't love Casti, and you can see it. Who is the guy? Florenzi came the other day and he's already playing. Clearly, Pioli likes Florenzi. He wants a player like Florenzi. He wants basically a more experienced version of Salamaker. Exactly. A better quality player than Salamaker. He wants that type of player on the right. And if you and Pioli is saying, or you give me a player of the level of Bernardo Silva or Ziyech on that position, or give me players like Salamakers and Florenzi. They could. I don't want a 15 million euros Messi pretender. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna work. It's not good enough. Because there is a reason why it costs 15, 12, 20 millions. Vlasic, those players, there is a reason why they cost 20 millions. Yeah, they have quality, but you don't know if they're gonna perform or at the highest level or with the pressure. So if Pioli is saying, give me a hard-working wing that actually can run for me, can be tactical, organized, and I can bring the 1-0 at home. So clearly Pioli wants a player like this to keep the balance, like Roy was saying the other day. So it's a good thing. He likes Florenzi. He trusts Florenzi. He put it in the pitch straight away to give a strong signal to Casti and to tell him, you know what, get that fucking contract from Betis or whatever wants you in Spain because you're not playing this season. So just get those money and fuck off.
Rejoice.
Exactly. Put me 8 million so I can buy, I don't know, someone or keep those money for the winter transfer window.
Anyone but him.
Or keep the 8 million in the bank and get some interest, but something like that. Clearly, that is a strong signal, and that is actually an answer to all the Milan supporters that thinks Pioli loves Krunic and Casti. Come on, guys. Pioli's been playing football for 20 years and coach for another 20 years. How the fuck you can like Casti and Krunic, man? Seriously, you guys need to respect a bit these people. Anyway, let's talk about Leao. What do you guys think about Leao? I think you talk a bit in the beginning, but let's go more in deep. Brett John, you go first.
Yeah, I think we already talked in the beginning. I think he doesn't look as uninterested as he looks in general, or at least as he looked some games last season. He looks more proactive, trying to make runs, like the chance he got with the Magnon pass. That was a super good chance. Pretty poor finish in the end, because when you are there at that position, you should net it in. Like you cannot just shoot with your eyes closed, like he did, hoping for the ball to get in. But other than that, I saw him better organized than usually, and also for the whole duration, I saw him kind of focused in the game, defending as well, making runs. But the problem with him that I see, at least from this game, is he does not have the right, he does not take the right decision at the right time. Sometimes he waits too long. Like, for example, that there was a case when Theo was making a run and he took 2 more touches before passing the ball, and then the defender intercepted the ball. Like, those kind of moments make the difference between winning 1-0 and playing with fear, or winning 2-0 and playing more naturally.
Yeah, no, it's I agree, and hopefully he's gonna grow. He's gonna grow this season. He's gonna understand. It's all about decision making. At the age of 21, physically you are a beast. Technically, you have the ability. Any player at the age of 21, 22, they are a professional player. I'm talking about. They have whatever they need to have. It's all about decision making and football knowledge and understanding the game. So it's about experience at the end. I believe we need to wait for him this season. I think of course we are waiting for this season. We're not selling him. Next season, if it comes a big offer, let's say 30, 35 million, I will think about it. I will think about it because maybe you can get another player that is already done, prepared, and a finished product. Or wait another season. I think in 2 years, Leao is going to be a pretty good player. Skrilla, what do you want to say?
For Leao, if he's having a good performance, and I said this during the halftime talk with Roy, if he's having a decent performance, or even if you can even say good, you have to consistently play him. I don't want to see that, okay, today he played not bad, then next game you're playing rubbish, the next 3-4 games you're playing rubbish, then we have a problem, then you start Leao, and everyone's on his case then. So what are you expecting for the development of the player? If he's having a good run, let it continue. You know, I think Rubbish didn't do anything spectacular today. You can even say that he was not impressive at all. Keep him on the bench, yeah? Leao is doing well. Let him play. This is how we'll get Leao to realize his potential quicker.
No, exactly. And hopefully the guy just grows a bit, and Ibra, Giroud maybe is gonna help his growth. Maybe the example of young players like Diaz, Kessie, Benacer, Tonali around him can help him to, even Pellegrini, him on training, watching him play, maybe even having a friendship, Like, a lot of things can change. At the end, they are human beings. A lot of things change and they get better. Man, Carlo Moretti, that's true, man. Curva Sud is man of the match. There is a reason why we have 7 Champions League, man. We're not because we spend more than anyone else, because we have an amazing support.
Did you hear it? We were in Genoa all game long. You could hear Milan fans.
No, exactly. And if the Curva Sud supports Maldini, Massara, Gazidis, if they are supporting this management, that means there is something right there. They know there is something good that is working properly, that is looking forward to build a great team. And they're amazing, man. They're amazing.
I want to say something about this Kovaso and the support, which I appreciate. But when it comes for our first home game back, I want to see the stadium half full. If the capacity is 50%, it's got to be 50%, by the way. I don't want it even to be, because I took a good look at the stands today. I don't even think that was 40%. And if I'm not mistaken, the capacity was 50. So
you know why? Because some curvas of other teams have taken stands against the COVID measurements, and they will not return into stadiums until all measurements due to COVID are removed. So there was no curva for Sampdoria this game at all. That's why the stadium looked empty. But
fair enough.
It's going to be like this not only for Sampdoria, but that's for some other teams. For Torino as well, like some other teams, I'm not sure. But Sampdoria certainly was one of them. The Curva Sud of Sampdoria did not participate in the game.
Oh, fine. But when it comes for the San Siro, I really want to see us at least at the capacity that we're allowed. That will really demonstrate the support that we have.
100%, because I've also seen pictures of people in line already buying the tickets for next week's games.
Yeah, no, we are different, man. Curva Sud is one of the best supporters in Italy and in the world, I think. We are amazing. And that is a game changer in a big game. I've been in the Curva Sud, by the way. I watched a Champions League game. So it's just another level, man. It's amazing. They are huge, man. These people shouting the same words for the entire game is just powerful. And in Italy there is another problem as well. A lot of people don't want to get vaccinated. They don't trust the vaccine. The law is forcing people to go to a restaurant if you're vaccinated, or if you want to go to a restaurant and you're not vaccinated, you need to get a test. So it's kind of not forcing properly, but making it difficult if you're not vaccinated to go at any public event or, stadium and stuff like that. And a lot of people are upset about that. So they're like, oh, fuck it, I'm not buying the ticket, I'm watching it on TV. So, not everyone has the same brain. And that's why in Italy is happening all these things. Fair enough. I believe everyone should be free to do whatever they want with their body. They want to get vaccinated or not. Fair enough. I got already vaccinated twice, and I can get vaccinated 8 times if somebody's telling me tomorrow is gonna be like everything was before. I can get 8 jobs in half an hour. I don't care. I prefer to come back to a normal life than stay at my room. But that's another story. And San Siro is gonna be 50%, so hopefully around between 35 and 40,000 people. Big stadium. Usually San Siro against Sampdoria is anyway 40,000 people, because people have better things to do in Milan than watch a football game. Usually it's quite sunny in Italy, and in August they are all on holiday by the coast, enjoying some white wine and calamari and stuff like that. So and watching from the bar the game. So seriously, guys, as soon as September hits and the school starts, everyone is in a big city hating their life, so I'm going to the stadium. So don't worry, it's gonna be full. Actually, I heard people were complaining why Serie A starts so late. In my opinion, Serie A is starting too early. It's 35 degrees in Italy right now. Teams are playing at 6 p.m. And everyone is on holiday, so no one is going to the stadium. No one is spending money. No one is bothered to buy a shirt, an AC Milan shirt at the moment. They spend so much money on holiday. They don't have any money to buy a shirt. So I think it started even early, but we need to keep up with the other leagues. And
by the way, Why wasn't there a cooling break? I thought that if it was this sort of weather, they would have a cooling break.
That was weird. I think they're free to ask.
Yeah, but most teams
think-
must agree, right? Which I don't know why it's not standard or something.
I think small team, they didn't agree. They wanted kind of to get an advantage to the bigger team. So don't let them rest, But I don't know. But they needed this cooling break. They needed. It's quite hot in Italy. So let's talk about Rebic. I think the guy looked pretty good. He did his game. He always can do better, I think, in my opinion. He's quality player, but he's not a world-class player anyway. So if you are 27, 28, Rebic, that is the best he can do. We need to understand that. So that is it. He had a great chance. He almost scored a great goal through the end. That was a good shot.
He did like a mini tiragir.
Exactly, almost a tiragiro. Yeah, that was pretty good from Rebic. Completely different from the Rebic we've seen on the preseason.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But
On the preseason, he was kind of why I'm even playing? Why I'm even here? It doesn't matter. It's nothing important. Why I'm here?
But
So
Rebic is in general that kind of player. You just see him some games, you cannot believe he is an actual professional player. He cannot stop the ball. His first touch is super heavy. He runs mindlessly. He crashes with people. Like you cannot believe this guy is actually getting paid to play professional football.
okay,
Yeah, but
Mhm.
the thing about Rebic, and I think it applies to Theo as well, we don't really need them to score in games whereby we are already winning. We need them really to score in games where we are drawn or we really need those goals. That's where I see Rebic's biggest contribution to the team.
Yeah.
no, it's but to be fair, if you do a 2-0,
It's better than 1-0 for sure.
It's way better. It's you avoid injuries. The rhythm of the game slows down. There is a lot of advantage if you go 2-0. Even mentally, you are more relaxed. You get less tired if you're winning 2-0 at minute 60. You run less. You're more relaxed. There is no rush. There is no tension. So
you know
we
what
need
I'm
to
worried
get
about
those
the
comfortable
2-0?
games.
Remember when we beat Juve 4-2? It's because they were leading 2-0.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't think we are that type of team. I don't think Pioli is that type of manager. And I don't think I'm never gonna see this AC Milan, the Pioli AC Milan, winning 3-0 and losing 4-3 after. I don't think. Maybe I'm gonna get wrong. Maybe we're gonna see that one day. Let's see. So Fabrizio Romano, we're close for Bakayoko. What do you guys? I think Pobega is going, or maybe no, Krunic is not going, guys. Sorry, Krunic is not going.
Never.
Pobega is going to Torino, which I saw Torino game. They look pretty good. No, I saw highlights of Torino. They look good, man. They are a different team from the previous season. Way more solid. It's a good team. So Pobega, I think, can grow pretty well in that team. Can have a great season. Hopefully, he does like 25 games, plays a lot, gains a lot of experience. And next season is going to be the Pobega season for us when he comes. Bakayoko, what are you guys happy about Bakayoko?
It's Bakayoko. It doesn't really excite me. I never really liked him even when he was here the first time, but I guess as a fourth option, he's better than Meite. So,
is he better than Krunic in that position?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would certainly hope so.
100%, yeah, because I haven't seen him when he came to AC Milan. I wasn't following AC Milan that year.
Really?
Because I was working in weekends. Yeah, that's the problem.
The problem that I have with Bakayoko is that he's super slow, man. He's in slow motion. He's a big guy that everything he does is slow motion. He's powerful, but at the same time slow. So that's why I don't like him. Also at Napoli, he was probably the worst player of the team. So that's why I'm not really excited about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I also have an issue with Sorry, I also have an issue with Bakayoko. Sometimes he's overly aggressive, and with the team, if you have a set piece issue, you don't want to be conceding free kicks
Yep.
in several places. So this is my concern.
But that is the problem. They have a lot of other players at AC Milan. For example, Tonali and Krunic, sometimes when they challenge other players, they are quite clumsy and quite not precise. I like Benacer. Benacer sometimes he just goes there
I
and
must
gets the
give
ball.
Krunic one thing, and it's on the rare pluses I'm going to give Krunic. He wins a lot of fouls actually.
Oh
More
yeah,
than he
because
concedes.
he's weak. He's weak. He knows he's not gonna do anything with that ball, so he wants the foul.
No, I think it's because the whole league actually hates him, so they'll foul him. They'll be a bit more harsh on him.
Oh no, man! He doesn't know what to do with the ball. That's why he gets the foul. But a lot of people are saying that he's a good squad player. He actually played good for AC Milan, and
He didn't really. He had an awful first part of the season, which, to be honest, I was ready to pay the ticket to send him back to Chelsea in the first part of the season when he played with us. Then he had a really good 1 month, I think from March to May, and I think people just remember that part of him. But other than that, he also had a conflict with Gattuso for not playing. I think they even got physical with that shit.
Yeah,
But I think Gattuso loves those kind of players, so he got him back even at Napoli.
let's see. I haven't seen him at all, man, and I haven't seen him with Napoli the previous season. But what we have here, for sure, we have a player that has done 2 seasons in Serie A
Serie A, true.
with AC Milan and with Napoli, trying to go top 4. So always fighting for, big things. It's not an easy thing to do. Difficult supporters, difficult environment, a lot of pressure. So at least mentally, he's gonna be ready.
True.
And so I think it's gonna help. And if he's better than Krunic, it's good. He's an upgrade.
Yeah, but it doesn't take much to be better than Krunic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, actually true. Nothing. Fair enough. And you are quite pessimist, so I don't know if I have to
No.
trust your judgment about Bakayoko. But let's see. At the end, it's all about. It's a better AC Milan, this one as well. It's not the same Gattuso had. It's a more organized AC Milan, so maybe he's going to perform better.
For sure. I think even the majority of the players that Gattuso had are not there anymore.
Exactly. And I would say, I wish we had Baca with this AC Milan.
Yeah.
Baca was a killer, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He was a quality player. Baca was a quality player. Baca was good. I wish we had Baca. Not for penalty kick, but at least for... He was a good striker, man. Previous season, Baca instead of Mandzukic. Yeah, but I don't think he plays. I think he's quite old now. I think he's 32 years old.
He's at Villarreal.
Oh, that's young. Come on. We got Giroud.
Nah, Giroud has been playing 10 years in Premier League, man. You see him, he runs more than Leao, for fuck's sake. And he's 22. The only thing you cannot take away from the Premier League is the fact that these guys run a lot. Empty head, a lot of them, but they run a lot. That's for sure. Yeah, no. Premier League is fucking physical, man. You have to run. Yeah. Giroud, my man here, guys. I have a big bet about him. I said he's going to score more goals than Andre Silva, and Andre Silva scored already a goal and a penalty kick. When I saw him shooting a penalty kick, I was like, what? I didn't know that. If I knew that, I wouldn't bet. He's taking all the penalty kicks. Andre Silva with RB Leipzig. Fuck that. Anyway, so I have another bet. Look, it's not looking good, that one. What do you guys think about Giroud overall? I said my opinion already. But...
Should I start? Because I don't share the same opinion as you. I don't think Giroud had a great game this against Sampdoria. I think he was a little bit isolated, but that's also because we didn't provide any service for him. Like the players in the attack didn't really provide much for the attacker in this example, Giroud. And also because we are used to a different kind of attacker. Ibra is another level. Like Giroud is a good striker and everything, but Ibra is another level, bro. Even with 40 years old, because Ibra is more of a mix between a 10 and a 9 together. So you would see Ibra in moments of difficult situations. Ibra would drop deeper and then open more space for the others and play more or less as a number 10. While Giroud is more of a striker, like the ideal number 9 striker that waits for the ball to come to him so he can score, and also like a false 9 at the same time. I don't know, like the kind of striker that uses himself as a wall to give you back the pass. Like, I don't know if I'm making myself clear.
No, I understand. By the way, I want to just interrupt you. Alexander and Omari, they know each other, and they're like, "Oh, good to see you," and so they're good to see you guys. I'm happy you guys know each other, and just tell us what it's about, this thing. And anyway, yeah, go for it, man. About Giroud. Yeah, no, I understand. He's a player. He needs the chance. You need to give him a chance. Give him a chance, and he's gonna score. Even the chance he almost had, that the Sampdoria defender, took it with his head. That was, I hope he got that chance. But he's gonna have his chances. He's gonna be clinical. I'm sure about that. He's focused. You know what helps Ibra that is not helping Giroud? Ibra has a reputation. So the defender, seriously, the defender is already scared. He's a bit scared. It creates that, you kind of, you as a defender, oh my God, it's Ibra. So you start to think a bit less. You start to be more nervous. And he performs better than you, and you perform a bit less because he's Ibra, and you get scared. Oh fuck, it's Ibra. Giroud doesn't have that reputation that Ibra has, so the defenders are more relaxed. They are more like, I can manage him, more secure, more confident. So that means a lot when you put a big player on your team. He brings that reputation, and opposition gets scared and it starts to perform less. Say so. Let's talk a bit about transfer market, because there is a lot of rumors here. I saw some crazy stuff about, Bernardo Silva. Are you serious, guys? Some people were even saying we can afford his salary. Man, if anyone moves from a team to another one, they want to raise. No one moves with the same amount of money, especially when you are at your peak. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys understand. So if Bernardo Silva is earning, I don't know how much he's earning gross. I think he's earning.
He's earning 7.5 net.
Yeah,
7.5 net. Net. So
net, yes.
So if he comes to Italy, he wants at least 7.5, 9.5, at least 9.5.
Yeah, but the thing is, he wants to leave City because he's not getting any playtime. This is more or less the reason, and because the World Cup is next season, he just wants to be a starter somewhere. So I don't know. But anyways, I don't think we can afford him to buy. Man, that player costs 50 million. We spent 50 million to get 10 players. We don't spend that to get one.
No, the money is the last problem, in my opinion. Paying the player is the last problem, because it's a 50 million in 5 years is basically 10 million a year.
No.
So
I'm talking 50 million to buy him from Manchester City.
Yeah. So if you spread that cost in 5 years, is 10 million a year, and let's say you give away the player at the age of 32 at the price of 7 million. At the end, it costs you around 6-7 million a year as a player. So my concern is not the price of the player, and clearly City wants to get rid of him if there is these rumors, or at least is thinking about it, and probably him wants to find a place to play more, because clearly he's gonna play less now, because I think City is gonna make the move for Harry Kane, and when Harry Kane comes in. And Harry Kane is that type of player that plays always. It's not like today. Yeah.
Guys, I need to go. It's a bit late here, so catch you guys another time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no worries, man. Have a good night. So what I was saying, Harry Kane is that type of player. He's gonna play always, so he's not even rotating like the other ones. So probably Bernardo Silva is like, fuck that, I want to play. But the problem is the salary. He's not gonna move for the same salary. He needs at least 2 million more, at least a 20% raise to move. Because if he doesn't get 20% raise, he thinks like, you know what? I'll stay to City and I play my chances, at least for the next 6 months. Maybe I move in January on a loan. So that's what he's thinking at the moment. So that's why I don't believe on the Bernardo Silva rumor. I think it's basically impossible. 10 million, 9.5, it means 14 with the 3 years contract of Decreto Crescita that is in Italy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want a 3 years deal. He wants a 5 years deal at least, or a 4 years deal, because it's going to be one of the biggest contracts he's going to sign. And if he signs a 3 years deal, he's going to leave for free. So you cannot pay a 50 million a player that is leaving for free. Some people say we're going to get him on loan and buy him after 2 years.
The problem is that he still has 4 years of contract with City. Get it? So basically, City are not even, like, if they don't want to sell, they won't sell him. They sell him next season. The problem is that the player himself has told, well, these are the rumors at least, has told the management, the City management, that he wants to leave because he wants to get regular play time. This is how Milan came to it. But I think it's all a bunch of crap. He is a little bit out of our league right now. So.
Yeah, I think makes sense, the loan. We take it on loan. We pay 10 million a year for a loan. So we kind of postpone the renewal of his contract, and we give him a 3 years deal, which is the one for the Decreto Crescita. We can give to him after 2 years loan. So overall, is basically we keep him for 5 years.
Yeah.
A 3 years deal. He's gonna earn that insane 9 million, 10 million a year. It's gonna cost us 13 million. Our plan is that maybe in 2 years we can afford to pay somebody 13 million gross. Ibrahimovic is not gonna be around. Hopefully we're gonna be in Champions League constantly for 3 years, 4 years, whatever is that. So it makes sense. On paper, looks that it can happen. The reason I don't think it's gonna happen is crazy rumors, is because Bernardo Silva is such a important player for Guardiola. He's so Guardiola type of player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's basically what type of the players Guardiola likes, I think. But on the other side, maybe they realize they cannot get rid of Sterling because Sterling doesn't want to move and no other team can afford him. So they're like, okay, we need to sacrifice somebody here. And who is going to be sacrificed? Probably Bernardo Silva. Yeah. Yeah, let's see.
I
don't know.
I doubt it.
Why not Bayern Munich? That's my opinion. Why not Real Madrid?
Yeah.
It's a loan at the end, 10 million loan. I think Real Madrid can afford that. Or why not even Juventus? That's my thing. But Juventus has a lot of wings. No, internet. See, this is the good. These fucking reporters, they are good. They know. They can build up a story that actually people can actually believe it. Because it looks good, it's actually possible, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Neither do I. I've actually read yesterday that we were also connected to Messia. The guy
bullshit. That is cheap PR from his agent. The agent doesn't have enough money to pay journalists, and it's just sending WhatsApp messages to get some PR for a player. So actually, teams like Genova can say, "Oh, actually, I need a right wing. Let me get it." You know what I mean? Because clearly the guy is too good for Serie B, but not good enough for top 7 teams in Serie A.
Yeah.
I think it was a PR move for his agent to get some attention, to get maybe some teams to move fast and get the player.
Most probably.
Yeah, I don't think. As I say, if you have to put a 10 million player, just stay with the squad we have. That's my opinion, and that's what's going to happen. Or we get a big name, big player on loan from big teams, or we don't get anyone. We're not getting the middle thing.
I'm 100% sure that one way or another we will bring someone for the camp position.
Let's see.
Like,
Ziyech, maybe, hopefully. I like Ziyech. I think it's gonna happen if Chelsea decided to give it away.
I like him a lot, but the problem is he had a wonderful preseason with Chelsea, so I don't think they're just going to loan him.
Yeah, but he played in preseason because none of the key players were coming back already, or they were not fit enough. So he was the only one that actually started preseason. He was fit and I think, yeah, all of them, they were busy. They came late. Mount came late. Werner, Havertz, even Pulisic came late. So he played because he was like, okay, I can do your preseason. I can win the cup with you, but after I want to play and send me on loan.
AC Milan.
Yeah, you never know. These players are they're ambitious, and that means they want to be leaders in a team. They don't want to be in the bench.
True.
I think Ziyech knows he's a leader. He's a top class player, and he talks clearly with Tuchel and says, "Listen, I'm gonna be a key player of your team, or I'm gonna be a rotation player, like the one. Yeah, you're gonna play me a lot of games, but you're not gonna consider me as a starter." And Tuchel is gonna tell him, "Listen, I'm not considering you as a starter, so you're gonna be a rotation player." And the player can actually say in the last week of the transfer market, you know what? I want to play. I want to have 38 games this season.
Fingers crossed.
I want to go fit to my to the African Cup. I don't want to stay in the bench and play one game every 4. Let's see. And after the 26th of August, when the Champions League draw is done, group stage, let's see if we don't have Chelsea or Man City in the group. Maybe there is gonna be some talks. Maybe they're gonna think about it. You never know. The chances are higher if we don't get them in the group. That's my opinion. Yeah, hopefully. And Pellegrini. Who the fuck is this guy, man? Is he good? Just seriously, just somebody can tell me. By the way, Alexander is a friend of who's the other guy? Omari. University together on RossonARI on the chat, man. That is crazy stuff.
A small world, huh?
A small world, yeah.
So basically, Pellegrini used to play for Genoa, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, for Genoa. And
yeah, I think he was the youngest.
Exactly, 16 years old.
To play a professional Serie A games. I think he played at the age of 15.
Maybe not even 16, yeah, exactly. And then he was bought by Monaco for 30 million back then.
Jesus Christ. What a fraud.
No, but his problem is that he has had, in the last 4 seasons, so from the age of 16 until the age of 20, which is now, he has had 720 days of injury. So this guy is hyper injury prone. Like I don't know what we're thinking.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's complete. I saw some videos of the the 8 minutes video, you can see him that it is not the same moment of his life, you know. You can see some part of the videos he's 15 and some part of the videos he's 19. And you can see the growth. He was a normal body at the age of 15 and now he's a 190.
Yeah.
And he's a big guy. So I really believe some people don't really know how to handle young players. Because he's in that moment of his age, his body is growing a lot. So I will consider that he's not ready to play professional football. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So you need to stay still in the youth system. You still need to train with players at your age. and play against player of your age, and you should avoid the gym. You just need to run and do every exercise you do it handling your body. I'm not an expert, of course. This is my opinion, and but I saw that mistake with Pato. Pato came at the age of 17 with AC Milan, and he was I think a 65 kilo player. I remember when he came, he was really light, skinny, super fast, and he should have stayed like this. Pato should have keep that body type, maybe grow a bit more, but that is his body type. He shouldn't be an attacking wing on the right or on the left. They shouldn't force him to be a striker, and they force him. They build the muscles and everything, and he start to get injured. So I think that's what happened with him. If there are not big injuries, they are all small injuries that you actually recover, you get back injured, it's not a big deal. But if there are injuries like Pato had, this guy is a fraud, man. I think we took him just so the supporter can shut up and say, "Oh, this is the third young striker you all asking on Twitter. Now shut up, because my admin on the social media don't know how to do anymore with these hashtags." I feel like that's the whole thing.
Most probably, because he has had like growing injuries one after the other, growing injury, and also, but he hasn't had any ACL injuries, which is something, at least, I guess.
Yeah, they're all muscle injury. It's it's due to the growth, or it's normal. Yeah, it's maybe it's kind of a bet. They are like, okay, let's take in this guy on board. Let's see if he plays less, if he trains every day. At the second part of the season, he can be fit, he can be healthy, and we can buy him for 7 million. And we have we win. It's a great deal. But anyway, that was a good game. 3 points. That's what matters in Serie A at the end. That's the only thing that matters in Serie A. 3 points. What are you feeling? Because you are the most pessimist of the RossonARI family. I will say you are the one grounded. You don't want to dream. You don't want to fly at the moment. You want to stay and see. What do you think? What do you think now? How our season is gonna be after you watch this game, which is a tough game with a tough opponent.
I have one question for you. If this game finished 1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Would anyone complain?
I will complain. I mean,
no, but
really upset.
Would you say that it was an unfair result if it was 1-1?
No, I would say exactly. Sampdoria fight and they got the result done. That was good. Oh, exactly. China doll. That is not a good comment. A lot of great products from China. Your iPhone or your phone probably is coming from China. It's old say that, but
no, but
I understand what you mean.
He's talking China doll, China as in the material.
Okay. Yeah, the material that is just basically.
He never know. Often, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Now I got it. No. Well, somebody was saying Paper Diaz in the beginning of the season, and now it's Skrilla, by the way. That was fun, actually. And it was actually Paper Diaz. What we're saying, the 1-1 couldn't be a fair result, yeah. If they get a chance and they score, it's a 1-1, end of the story. But the fact we didn't do 1-1 says a lot about the team, about the group. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. But the thing is, even the goal we scored was a little bit lucky. Like the defender fucked up with Calabria, and the keeper hyper fucked up with the Diaz shot. So while I've told you that after the 1st of September, I'm the most optimistic guy ever with the team. The thing is, though, that I think there is still room for improvement, which can be still
Mm.
done before the transfer window closes.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I agree with that. We can improve. Yeah, that's true. It's the concern is, do we have the money? Do we have the energy? Do we have the appeal to actually attract a player that can really, really improve? I don't want to have a situation, Mate or a Mandzukic situation. I don't want a half thing. I really think like if you're gonna put me on a half thing, just leave what we have. Let these guys give everything. Let these guys work hard and relax. Don't put another choice for Pioli that makes his job even more difficult. Because if you put him, let's say, Ilicic, for example, which is he performed insanely well with Atalanta, but Atalanta wants to sell him, wants to get rid of him. So my question is he good enough? Is he gonna come to AC Milan and give to Pioli more headache and more thoughts about who is gonna play on that right wing? And maybe he's not gonna perform, or he's gonna not be good enough. He's not gonna give us the balance in the pitch, and so we're gonna draw 1-1 against Sampdoria instead of win 2-0 or win 1-0. So that's my concern. If you put a Bernardo Silva or Ziyech, of course you're gonna get better. On the long run, you're gonna have an incredible. The question is not gonna be anymore. Pioli is in a difficult situation. Whatever he chooses is gonna be fine. He chooses Selemaker, he's gonna have a solid team. He chooses Ziyech or Bernardo Silva, he's gonna have more attacking and more creative team. So it's gonna be fine. You're gonna win 3-1 or you're gonna win 1-0. Whatever choice you make. But if you put a player like Ilicic or somebody coming from another league that is not prepared, doesn't know the Serie A, what do you get? You don't know what you get. That's my concern.
I agree.
Yeah, I think. That's a good question to close the post-match analysis. So a combined 11
Of
Inter,
Milan,
AC Milan.
Should I start?
Yeah, you go for the entire one. Yeah.
Okay, so goalkeeper Julio Cesar.
No. These two teams right now.
Of the teams right now.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that is a thing they do in England a lot of time. Kangu is from England, is a Manchester United fan.
Okay. I thought he was talking like in the history. Okay, then.
No. History is all AC Milan, man. Probably even if you put Ronaldo, it's still AC Milan. So.
Yeah, but true. That's actually true.
that's the thing. No, Julio Cesar was amazing. That's true. Julio Cesar was amazing.
Julio Cesar was better than anyone we had. At least.
Yeah.
Like in long term, because Dida was great, but not really long term, only for a short period.
No, Julio Cesar was unplayable. All those 5 or 6 years he played for Inter. Exactly. Yeah, he was unplayable.
So Magnon, the goalkeeper, Tomori, De Vrij. Yes, I'm going to remove Kier and let Tomori in. Then on the left, Theo. On the right, Calabria. Dude, I'm not putting Dumfries on the right. Then in the center, Kessi Barella. If I'm going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, then on the left, since we're doing this formation, I would put Lautaro Martinez. In the middle, Çalhanoğlu.
No, man.
I'm kidding.
You're crazy. No, I mean you can put it. I'm not.
No.
I don't mind.
I'm gonna put Diaz, so I get the chance to come back and talk about stuff here. Okay, so I'm gonna put Diaz in the middle, in the right position. Wait. Whom do I put from Inter in the right position? Because I'm not putting Salamakers.
Well, you can put Perisic if you want, or you can put.
Because Perisic plays in the left. I actually thought about that.
You can put Lautaro on the right and Perisic on the left.
Okay, I can do that. Lautaro on the right and Perisic on the left, and then the striker Ibra up front.
Yeah, I agree with Ibra. Sorry. So I will put Magnan as a goalkeeper. On the right, Calabria before everyone, because he did that middle finger in the derby, so he's gonna be always there. In the center back, I will put De Vrij, Tomori, just because De Vrij is younger than Kier. That's my opinion. They are equal player. I think intelligent, tactically prepared. De Vrij is younger than Kier. I think it's more mobile. It's a bit quicker than Kier. But I love Kier. I think his leadership probably is bigger than De Vrij. Tomori, De Vrij. On the left, I'll go for Theo Hernandez. Midfield of three. I'll put Benacer, Kessie, and Barella. For the moment, I have just two Inter player. And attack, I'll play like a albero di Natale, you know, the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So I'll put Diaz.
Ancelotti, right?
Yeah, like Ancelotti. I put Diaz and Lautaro Martinez. Or Diaz, Lautaro Martinez. I think they will play pretty well together. And striker Ibra, or even like Diaz number 10 and 2 striker Ibra, Lautaro Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a pretty good team. And Milan Skriniar is good as well. Funny enough, the first goal of Serie A was scored by Milan. So in San Siro. So that's good. That's good to know. Yeah. We are. Even when they're playing, we are there, man. There's nothing to say. People were a bit upset. Brozovic instead Benacer. My brother. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Brozovic is a grandpa. He's dying. He's going to have the last good season, and he's going to disappear from Serie A. And the guy is so weird on social media. He's like Rebic 2.0. Him and Rebic... They're weird. Nah, these guys never seen Kessie playing, man. My brother needs to watch more AC Milan games than with me.
But he's not.
He's a good player.
A holding midfielder, right? He's more of a regista.
Yeah, he's a regista. He's not a holding midfielder. And he can play pretty well instead of Benacer. I'm not saying that, but I will prefer Benacer. Yeah. I think Benacer has more energy than Brozovic.
Also, Benacer intercepts lots of passes and collects lots of balls. Like I really like Benacer.
Yeah. And for the type of game, I would love to see my team play. I think Benacer performs better because maybe he has less quality on the long pass, but on the short passes, on the energy, Benacer is kind of a mix between. Davids and how can I say it? Davids and Gattuso, you know what I mean? Good feet, but a lot of energy, brain still. Not the quality. I'm not saying he's good as Davids or good as Gattuso.
Yeah.
Type of player, you know?
Something in the middle. Yeah, I know.
Something in the middle, something that gives you that vibe. Of course, it's not that level. Brozovic, he's good, but not for me. Not my cup of tea. No, come on. Listen, no one knows how much of AC Milan fan I am and how much I hate Inter. No one knows that. I'm like, I don't care about Inter. I'll put all the AC Milan players in front of any Inter player. And they are a great player as well. But these two players I will put always in my combined 11 Inter Milan history, and those two players are Zanetti and Julio Cesar. Let's be honest, and they had great players. I cannot deny that. But Zanetti and Julio Cesar, he had 20 years with Inter. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, 20 years of exact playing in the high level every year, man. That guy. Highest level. This is Roy. Listen, Roy, better to kind of give some credit to Zanetti and Julio Cesar that actually
actually supporting Juventus. I'm gonna bring that dog when you're gonna say how good is Bonucci as a defender, which I didn't see how good he was against Udinese, by the way. I missed his great performance against Udinese. Bonucci. Anyway, we are way more solid than Juventus. Juventus was leading 2-0. They are not solid enough. They gave chances to Udinese. The goalkeeper is a joke, and Udinese got the 2-2.
Thank God they didn't get Donnarumma. Thank God.
I mean, Donnarumma is praying that he's not playing against Milan in Champions League, because the amount of dollars we're gonna throw to him is sincere.
True.
And I'm not saying fake dollars. They're going for real dollars, man. They're gonna throw to him real dollars. The Curva Sud is gonna throw real dollars. The game is gonna stop for at least 10 minutes, and some kids that needs to go there and collect all that cash. He's gonna look like a stripper in that pitch.
They're gonna have a problem because the reserve bench is not in front of Curva Sud, so
they're gonna pay someone and throw those dollars in the, how you call it, the Tribuna d'Onore. I don't know how you say it in English. I don't know how you say it in English.
Reserve. Okay, wait. I have no
stands.
idea. VIP stands. I don't know.
Yeah, VIP stands, because that is all VIP stands. That section. There's the balcony over there. The people stand and watch the game. They're gonna throw dollars on him, and they're gonna throw dollars on that piece of shit of Leonardo for sure. and that other idiot, Mino Raiola, is better not coming to the stadium in that game. Thick sides, I agree. Inter merda all my life, yeah. But thick sides is a guy that has been following Serie A and AC Milan for years. Do you agree with me that Zanetti was an amazing player?
100%. How can you disagree with that? To be honest,
I mean, Zanetti was an amazing player, an amazing professional. And I never complain about his behavior in the pitch. He was always honest, always fair. I hated Materazzi. I think Materazzi. I want to see him ruined. I don't know. That's me being good. I hated Materazzi. I never respected him. But so that's the thing. Zanetti was see who knows both. Zanetti was an amazing player, and I will on my starting 11 history starting 11. I'll put Giulio Cesar, Zanetti on the right, Nesta, Stam. I'll stay recent. I don't want to go too far. I'll put Nesta, Stam, or Nesta. Nesta, Baresi, and Maldini on the left.
Yeah.
On the left, midfield. I'll put a midfield. Midfield of 3. Oh, it's so hard with AC Milan.
Rijkaard.
I'll put Rijkaard.
Gattuso, maybe. I don't know.
See, Gattuso was amazing, but how you can leave? No, Rijkaard and Desai together, they cannot play together. They are basically the same player.
Yeah.
And Rijkaard is a better player than Desai. So I'll put Rijkaard, Pirlo. I'll put Rijkaard instead of Gattuso because he has a lot of energy. I'll put Pirlo still as a regista. Central midfielder on the left. I'll go for Seedorf. Yeah, I'll go for Seedorf. Prime Seedorf was amazing. Big games, always there.
Then
always ready to.
You have.
Are we gonna play? I'm gonna play with 2 strikers, but how you can leave out
Gullit?
I mean, you have Gullit, Kaká,
Van Basten, Shevchenko,
Baggio, Wea. I loved Wea, man. Wea was one of my favorites. I would love to see
Gianni Rivera.
Rivera. You know what? I'm not even going before the 80s. I want to stay. Let's say Berlusconi era, for example. How you choose between Kaká and Gullit? Who you think is better?
Gullit.
Albertini was a great player as well. But Kaká, man. Kaká was unstoppable. He was running. He was fast. Our Kaká AC Milan was amazing, was incredible. People say he won a Ballon d'Or because he didn't have competition. What are you talking about? This competition was Henry, Ronaldinho, Adriano, Ibrahimovic,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Drogba, Lampard, Cristiano Ronaldo, young Messi, Ronaldinho. I think already Ronaldinho, Eto'o. There was like players.
Henry.
Yeah, there was like insane players. Oh, Rooney.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy, Zidane was at his end. I think Totti was in a good shape at that time. It was a massive competition. It was like really hard to win a Ballon d'Or at that time. I will put 2 strikers. I will put, you know what? I'll go for Van Basten Weah, man. Fuck it. Strikers, Van Basten Weah. Number 10.
Gullit
We are
or
putting
Kaká?
2. Gullit or Kaká. Fuck. Oh, man, it's just because Kaká was so amazing, man, against Manchester United, against in the Old Trafford. He was amazing. And Kaká, on my eyes, is the guy that gave us back that Champions League against Liverpool.
True.
So he's always going to have a special place in my heart. Kaká was in that final that we lost, and he played an amazing game. He did 2 assists, I think. He was unstoppable in that half. And even in the second half, just for 6 minutes, we disappeared, or Liverpool show up in 6 minutes. It was amazing. And after 2 years, we came back and we won that final. So I always gonna choose Kaká. I think Gullit was a better player than Kaká.
Yeah,
for sure. But I'm gonna choose
I believe
Kaká.
so as well. I would put Kaká as well, only because I've seen Kaká like during my lifetime. I haven't really seen much of Gullit. Get it? So I would choose Kaká, but then I would say Van Basten and Shevchenko. Shevchenko is probably my favorite
Yeah,
player
Shevchenko,
ever.
exactly.
Like Shevchenko was like when Shevchenko left, I cried. Get it? Like this is how I just love the guy.
Yeah, he was amazing, man. Shevchenko was amazing. If you see the goals he's done on big games, man. He's done, I think, something like 17 goals against Inter, 22 goals against Lazio. I'm talking about
Yeah, all the
crazy
big
stuff.
teams. Yeah.
All the big teams. Roma always scored against Roma. Juventus always find a way to score against Juventus. And he had everything. He was powerful. See, Shevchenko on decision making was amazing. Amazing. Stop, shot, goal. Holding the ball, dribbling, shooting. He was doing the right thing at the right moment every time.
Yeah, plus he was fast. He could shoot from outside the box. He could curve the ball like another class.
Yeah, he was. Technically, he was not even close to Ronaldo, the Brazilian. But because he was always making the right decision, he was tactically so prepared, physically so strong. He was amazing.
Curva Sud even had a song about Il fenomeno lascialo with Chesheva.
Sì, è vero. Yeah, true. That was the song. Ah, man. Yeah, but Weah as well was amazing. Weah, I think I was really young. That's why when I was watching Weah play, I was amazed because he was so technical, man. People don't remember how technical he was, how good was with his feet. The dribbling he had was amazing, and he was a big dude. He was a powerful dude, but still like a dancer, man. Finesse, pure finesse. That was amazing. And Van Basten, of course. Van Basten retired at the age of 28 with 3 Ballon d'Or. I mean, imagine Van Basten being 18 years old right now in this football now with the medical knowledge, with the football there is now. Imagine Van Basten at the age of 18 right now.
He would be he would destroy the prices of the day. Man. With 28 years old, he had his last game of his career, and he won 3 Ballon d'Ors. Like, do you understand what level we're talking about here? Like, it's crazy.
It's madness, man. It's and of course you have to say that at that time Maradona wasn't allowed to win it.
True.
for sure. That's true. Let's be honest. But anyway, Maradona was not at his peak with Van Basten. He was good, but he was going down, I would say.
Yeah,
He got the peak at 86, 87. He got the peak.
Exactly. So,
and he was going down.
The Ballon d'Or that Gullit won would probably be won by Maradona if it was.
Or some Ballon d'Or Platini won, Maradona would get.
Yeah.
So I would say when Van Basten started to win Ballon d'Or, Maradona has made his time, and he was a good player, but not unplayable.
Yeah.
It was amazing, Maradona, by the way. To explain Van Basten to the youngsters, imagine Erling Haaland with the feet of Benzema or Messi or, I don't know, of Ibrahimovic, with the feet of Ibrahimovic. Imagine, that was Van Basten. Erling Haaland with the feet of Ibrahimovic.
Listen, I'm gonna link in the chat a documentary. It's 23 minutes more or less about Van Basten. Probably one of the best documentaries. It's on a YouTube channel.
Put it on the chat. Yeah,
exactly. It shows the whole career of Van Basten from when he was at Ajax until he retired at Milan, and it's so emotional. It's just a different kind of player, man. But it's a beautiful documentary.
Oh, no, that's true. This is actually true. Rebro was a better player than Shevchenko. Yeah, he was. When they were young, they were almost the same age. I think Rebro was 1 or 2 years older than Sheva, something like that. And Rebro was looking better because he was a bit more technical than Sheva, so he was good with his feet. So everyone was thinking that he was better than Sheva, but Sheva was. And he grew. Sheva, when he came to Serie A, we saw already that he was good.
But his first year,
and he improved a lot.
Exactly, but his first year was not that good.
Yeah, no, he was. You see, when he came, that the kid was brave, so not scared. So you could see that he was made to win big games.
Mm-hmm.
And that no matter of time, he's gonna be great. Yeah, Van Basten was amazing, man. It's really hard to explain Van Basten because on the finishing, Van Basten was like I would say like Lewandowski. You know what I mean? Like, of course, better, but to explain it to somebody that is actually 17 right now or 15, every cross was a goal for Van Basten. And it was an overhead, how you call it? Overhead, I think it's a overhead kick.
Yeah.
He's done at least 10 of those in big games, in Champions League games, in Serie A, with Ajax as well. It was amazing. Yeah, Il Cigno d'Utrecht was an amazing player. You don't. He was too good, Van Basten, man. That's it. It was a rough football, man. It was an awful football at that time. The pitch was awful. Players, defenders, they couldn't do any tackle. They're not getting a yellow card in the first half. No chance. No one is going to get a yellow card in the first half of the game.
True.
After 6-7 tackle, you start to think about getting a yellow card. It was madness, the game at that time. But yeah. You guys have any question? We're closing the live soon.
Because I actually have to go, so I'm staying 5 more minutes before.
Yeah, 5 more minutes just to answer the last question. If you guys have any concern about transfer market. Oh yeah, guys, tune in for the Champions League draw. I'm going live. I don't care. I don't know if I can put the live on YouTube. I don't want to get a copyright strike again and fucked up the channel forever. So I'm not gonna show the draw, but I'm gonna comment the draw, and I'm actually gonna find a link where we can see it. and share it on the chat so everyone can watch it and discuss what's going on and stuff like that. So, are we getting a new right wing? What do you think, man? What is your feeling? Last answer.
No, I think we're gonna get a new Cam.
But it's sort of, you know what I mean? We're gonna get a player that can play as a right wing as well. Or you think we're gonna get a proper Cam? That plays just in that position.
I think we're gonna get a player that plays both Cam and right wing, but we are gonna start him as a Cam instead of Diaz, and you are gonna lose the bet.
Kangu, I don't know if I have a copyright strike. I was just kidding. I think we had some videos put it down because we were showing some highlights. So I don't want to get in trouble, but I don't think we have any copyright strike or stuff like that. We are not out of the law still. We're still good kids at the moment. But yeah, I don't know exactly, but I don't want to risk it. I think how are we gonna get a right wing? I have the feeling that the squad is made, man. It's almost done. So what is right now and on the table for Maldini is that for him the team is ready to go. It's like, okay, I have 2 players for each position, sort of. So let's say Diaz as a number 10, Krunic is his replacement, and Maldini is the third choice. You have Rebic, Leao on the left, and Maldini is the third choice, or Krunic can be a third choice, depending on the game. On the right, I have Selemakers and how you call it, Florenzi, and of course Leao or Maldini can be the third choice on that position. Striker, I have 3 options. Left fullback on the left, I have 2 options. 4 central backs, 2 right backs, fullbacks on the right is Calabria and Kalulu. Midfielders is gonna be Tonali, Bakayoko, Kessie, and Benacer. Pobega probably is going, and Krunic is gonna be a third choice in emergency time. Or they even gonna keep Pobega. Probably they ask Pobega to stay so they can have some extra help in January, something like that. So yeah, that's what I think. This is the team. So Maldini has that in his table and he's thinking, okay, the team is ready to go. Now, if there is any last minute deal, let's say somebody's giving me a great player on loan with option to buy, I'll take it. I'm like, okay, why not? Let's put a great player. Let's have a great player. But I don't think he's gonna put an average player or a bet. He's not gonna put a bet over there. He's gonna get somebody that comes from a big team that it actually doesn't have a lot of playing time and wants to play. So that's my option.
Such as Sarabia from PSG?
No way. I don't think we're gonna deal with PSG.
Okay, because of Donnarumma or what?
Yeah, I think, I believe it's not gonna happen. You know, we look like dumb people. We look like nice. We smile. You see Maldini smiling. You see Gazzini saying, "Oh, we have a great relationship with how it's called, Mino Raiola. He's a great professor. He's a great." Yeah, that's, these are politicians. They say these things, but they are thinking, fuck this. You keep all your players there, pay them, and I'm not helping you to get rid of some players. So no chance. And you can see that they like to do deals with Real Madrid if there is any chance, with Chelsea. There is some, against who is against who. You can see that. So they know PSG is ready to fuck them up and give them a 10 million contract to Kessie. They know some teams are not helping them on renewed contracts with other teams. So they're not doing deals with, they're not getting garbage players from PSG, Sarabia, or stuff like that. They're dealing with Chelsea, Man City, players. They're dealing with these teams who Barcelona maybe can be a chance for. I don't know. Coutinho moved. He went to any team, or is still at Barcelona?
Still in Barcelona, but I don't think Coutinho will move. He gets 14 million net. So it's
Yeah, but
yeah.
Barcelona can say, I'll pay 7, you pay the other 7. Fuck it. Just let me save 7 million this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
James Rodriguez can be another option.
I think James
He's like-
Rodriguez is the easiest one to get, but the problem with him is he is very injury prone.
No, he missed 12 games in the previous season. He didn't miss a lot of games. Hakan Çalhanoğlu missed 12 games in the previous season.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, go and check. I checked that already.
Really? 12?
No, 12 games.
Okay.
You know what he got injured from? I think he got injured a few games in the first half of the season, like 2 or 3 games. And he missed like 10 games, 9 games in the second half of the season between January, February, March, something like that. When we were playing Europa League and stuff like that.
Okay, interesting.
So James Rodriguez, 12. If you miss, let's say he missed 15 games, or still, he playing 25 games a season. That's more than enough. He's at least 25 quality games. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ziyech, Vlasic. I don't think Vlasic is gonna happen. Vlasic was a good PR for his agent. It's not moving anywhere. I don't think it's coming to AC Milan. I don't think Messias or other people like these are coming. You never know. Berardi it's gonna get crazy. By the way, the last week is gonna be crazy. Let's close it like this. I promise you, it's gonna be crazy. Maybe not for AC Milan, but some teams are gonna do some madness deal, crazy deal. You can see maybe Inter selling Lautaro Martinez in the last minute. You never know.
I doubt it. But anyways,
Well,
I hope we get some good player in the last few days.
Listen, if Tottenham sells Harry Kane for 130 million, 140 million, Lautaro Martinez is gone, man. Tottenham is going to put on the table of Inter 90 million and maybe a 7 million contract for Lautaro Martinez, which is 3 times more than what he earns. So it's the end. Even if he wants to stay, they're going to tell him, listen, go. Because I'm not going to give you this money. Never going to give you this money. Your renewal next year is going to be 3 million and a half, a 4 million renewal. I'm not going to give you that money. So just go and let me get 90 million, and maybe I can close the deal for Correa, for Lazio, 35 million. So it can happen. I'm not saying it's sure, but it can go crazy like this at last minute.
Could be.
The Harry Kane deal, it's something that is going to move a lot of other players. That's my opinion. And maybe Kessie as well. You never know. Maybe they're going to say, you know what? I'm not waiting for a year, 50 million. Can I have Kessie right now? Never know.
After the match, Maldini said something similar. He was like, the players need to understand that we will not go more than what we can afford, and we will not make the mistakes of the past. So basically, I don't know, like some kind of a dig at Kessie or something.
Yeah, I think they can do, and they have a midfielder that is not happy, he wants to leave. They have a Ndombele, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, probably something like that can happen, and it is madness, you know. It's crazy stuff because Kessie can go for 30 million, 40 million, and this guy Ndombele, and you have Tonali and Benacer next season, which. Fair enough. It's still AC Milan. We move on. Kangoo, man, that would be lovely to collaborate with some Manchester United channels, 100K plus. Even if we're not going to the Champions League in the same group, it will be anyway lovely to talk about Premier League, Serie A, or Champions League in general. We share something in common this season, which is we have noisy neighbors, and they are being a pain in the ass recently. So we have a lot to talk about with Manchester. We already collaborate with with some Manchester United YouTuber. They're really friendly, amazing, and old school supporters in Premier League. They know about football a lot. They are the real OG. Anyway, have a good night, good morning, or wherever you are in the world. Forza Milan, 3 points, 37 games to go, and Forza Milan.
Forza
Ciao.
Milan, good night.